I thought.
Nope. You got your license, registration, proof of insurance.
You don't have to have a license to drive a car.
Yes, you do.
You do not.
Fifth.
A driver's license? I don't have to have a valid driver's license.
You do.
No, I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
Then we'll let the judge determine that.
We will let the... You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything wrong.
We can arrest you.
No, you can't.
If you don't have a valid driver's license, we most certainly can.
Can I please call my
No,
mother?
you cannot.
Everyone knows the horrible feeling you get when you are pulled over by a cop. But worry not, because in this video we are going to show you a few traffic stops so painful, you will forget any of your embarrassing stops before you know it. Number 1. Our first case takes us to the capital of weird crimes, Florida, where Santa Rosa County Police Officer Banks was conducting a routine patrol on the local bridge when he caught a vehicle going 52 in a 35 miles per hour zone and pulled the driver over to ask for their license and registration. At first, everything seemed to be going well, but then, the woman, who refused to give her name, also refused to give her license to the officer.
Young lady, Officer Banks, call Police Department. I'm pulling you over. You're doing 54 and a 35. Any reason for that speed tonight?
Where's the 35?
Before you got off the bridge, and as soon as you came off the bridge. All this is 35.
I was going 40, I thought.
Nope. You got your license, registration, proof of insurance.
You don't have to have a license to drive a car.
Yes, you do.
You do not.
15-7, 41 with me. Ma'am, step out the vehicle. Step out the vehicle.
Am I done a crime?
Yeah, you are being detained right now. Step out the vehicle.
And if that wasn't enough, the driver got even more evasive as the officer continued to question her.
15-7, sovereign
supervisor out here right now.
sovereign citizen.
Did you hear what I said? You need to get a supervisor out here right now.
No, you need to step out the vehicle right now. Young lady, step out the vehicle. Step out the vehicle. Last time I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask, and then I'm going to make you step out the vehicle.
You're going to get me a supervisor out here right now.
No, you're going to step out the vehicle right now.
You are going to get me a supervisor out here right now.
That's fine.
I know my rights.
What right is that?
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a car. I am not, this is not a commercial vehicle.
Okay.
I know my rights.
Okay.
Very well.
That's what you want to stick with?
Call a supervisor
Okay.
right now.
Now, if her story already sounded bogus, it turns out she did have a license a while ago, which understandably confused the cop.
The law is.
Okay. He could educate me on what the law is. So do you have an ID or you have a driver's license?
No, I don't have a driver's license on me.
Okay. Do you have one issued to you?
In Mississippi.
In Mississippi. So why would you need a driver's license to drive on the road if you don't need a license?
That was years ago.
Oh, so what year is this?
What year was the ID issued?
29.
I hope that's your supervisor.
You hope it is?
I really do. Yes, I do.
Oh,
This went on for a while.
okay.
What is your name and badge number?
I already told you my name. It's Officer Banks.
And what is your badge number?
It's Officer Banks.
Are you failing to...
Are you failing to give me your driver's
I
license?
don't have to give you a driver's license to drive a car. This is not a commercial vehicle.
Okay.
I'm not driving, I'm traveling.
Okay.
I have all the laws back here.
Okay. So you're not going to give me a driver's license?
I'm not going to give you a driver's license. I don't have to give you a driver's license.
Okay.
I'm traveling. I don't have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
Finally, the officer had had enough, and the woman was finally taken out of the car. But that still didn't seem to stop her from complaining.
So you better hope the information you gave us comes back as to being you. So at this point in time, I need you to shut the vehicle off and step out of the car.
I'm not getting out of the vehicle.
You're going to get out of the car.
I haven't been suspected of a crime.
You are being legally stopped on a traffic stop. You are not being
This is a Terry
cooperative.
stop.
It is not a Terry stop.
What
Trust
crime
me,
am
I know the
committing?
difference. You were speeding.
Speeding
Turn the
is a
vehicle
crime.
off and get out of the car. Out of the car now. Undo the
Let me
seatbelt.
turn the vehicle off.
Turn it off now.
Officer Schaefer, unbuckle her. So that's it.
Put all that down.
Step out, turn around, face away from me.
Then the reality started settling in as the now sergeant revealed her next destination.
Have a seat.
I need to call.
Have a seat.
I need to call somebody. Yes, I do.
You call somebody from Santa Rosa County Jail.
Excuse me?
You call somebody from Santa Rosa County Jail, you're under arrest.
The panic started to really boil over as the woman asked for a call.
Can I please call my
No.
mother?
You cannot.
Why?
Because you don't need to call you. Are you an adult?
Yes.
Then why do you need to call your mother?
To come and get me from jail since I'm being illegally
You
detained.
will be able to call her once you get there.
Can I at least lock my car?
We will make sure it is secure.
What are you going to do with my car?
Probably tow it.
Why?
Because you are driving without a license.
I don't have to have a license to drive. That is commercial driving.
It is not commercial driving.
Yes, it is.
Then, the first twist hit. Turns out, both her old license and vehicle registration were indeed expired. And worse, she had a warrant out of the same county.
You failed to appear on a court appearance for, what was it, expired license? So your Mississippi driver's license is expired.
And for the registration.
Okay, and the registration. So you had a court date that you missed. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
You don't, or you choose not to?
No, sir. I would not lie to you. I don't lie. I do not remember.
And this led to another hilarious story-breaking moment.
You got some karma.
I'm not worried about my karma.
I know. I know. I know. You're one of those.
No, you know what I'm actually worried about? People like
You're
you
actually worried
who
about
think that
meeting
laws
your
don't.
quota.
No, there is no
No,
quota.
there
It's
are
people
laws
like
that
you
don't
who
matter.
believe that laws don't pertain to them. And that's just
They
not
don't.
the case.
They don't.
Then enjoy spending a lifetime in and out of jail, because
I've
that
never
is what
been
will
to jail.
happen.
Though it won't, actually.
If you continue to act like this and do this, it will.
I'm not acting like anything. I'm
Then
telling
I would
you
suggest
that
moving
what my
back to
rights
Mississippi.
are. I'm not.
As if the situation couldn't get any worse, the officers then found ammo in the car.
Where I have run through these hoops that y'all put us through just to get by.
You mean these? Yes. Where's the gun in the car?
The gun? There's no gun in that car.
There seems to be ammo.
The gun's in the pawn shop.
When did you pawn it?
Like 2 months ago.
So why are you still just carrying around ammo?
I didn't know that ammo was in there. What's wrong with carrying around ammo? What can I do
Nothing.
without a gun?
Nothing. All right, is wrong with it. But if there's ammo, normally there's a gun. And since the vehicle's being towed, we want to keep the gun in safekeeping.
And at last, the reason behind her avoidance was revealed, because as it turns out, she had been in possession of drugs this whole time.
$15 golf breeze. Even though you sent the warrant, stand by. Excuse me. Give me your full name. Give me your full name. Look at me, give me your full name. Give me your full name.
This, of course, led her to start complaining again.
Drugs inside the vehicle, you are under arrest now for possession of felony narcotics.
I didn't give y'all permission to search my vehicle either.
Your vehicle's being towed. We're inventorying it. We're not searching it.
Yes, you are. You're searching my vehicle.
You say that our laws don't matter to you, so what's it matter?
Obviously, I don't have any laws right now.
No, there's plenty of laws. You're just breaking them.
I don't have to mind laws that aren't valid.
They're valid laws.
They are not.
And worse, she even doubled down one last time before being taken to the police station.
All power.
That's right.
That's right.
The sheriff does. He is the
Yes.
head law
He's
enforcement
not
officer.
part of NATO. He's not part of the Council on
I'm
Foreign
not.
Relations.
I'm not part of NATO either.
Well, you take orders from the top.
Nope, I don't.
Yes, you do.
You know who I take my orders from? My chief of police.
Exactly. And he takes orders from the top.
Who's the top?
You want me to give him one name? I mean, that would be impossible.
Well, I don't know who the top is.
I know, because you haven't done research.
I guess I'm just an ignorant cop.
Nope, you said that. I didn't say that.
Well, that's what you're implying.
No, I didn't imply things.
In the end, it was revealed that the driver had been under the influence for the whole encounter, to the shock of no one, and was charged with a felony for the possession of drugs over 2 charges for speeding, driving without a license, and a DUI. Number 2. Now, while the last encounter was plain annoying, this next one, which took place in St. Louis, actually ended up almost deadly. But it all started out as most of them do, with an officer pulling someone over for speeding under suspicion of being drunk. Only this time, the officer could feel something wasn't right, just judging from how fast the car was going and how drunk the driving manner seemed. Still, he put the car in drive and engaged in a chase.
Around 2 a.m. on Wednesday, when the officer noticed a car headed northbound driving more than 70 miles per hour.
I thought it was like a misread at first because I usually don't get cars that fast, so I grabbed the handheld radar and I immediately turned my lights on. And I just been around and catch up to him.
The red car, who we know now is driven by 43-year-old Macarios Kirkwood, pulls over and stops after jumping a curb.
At that point, I'm thinking DWI. With the speed he was going, the way he stopped, I was thinking DWI the whole way through.
As the car was pulled over, the officer from Calverton Park Police Department asked the driver, 43-year-old Macarios Kirkwood, for his license and registration, to which the driver, who smelled of marijuana, started rummaging in the car.
The officer says he asked Kirkwood for his driver's license and insurance. He gave him one and started rumbling around for the other.
I'm like kind of looking around. I'm kind of still figuring out if he's drunk or high. I smell marijuana, so I'm asking him questions right now.
A short time later, the officer tells me he instructed Kirkwood to get out of the car for a sobriety test. And that's when the unthinkable happened.
Seeing the Kirkwood state, the cop decided to ask him to step out for some sobriety tests. But then, the unthinkable happened as the officer was attacked.
So right here, I see the pocket knife, and I tell him to keep his hands up. You see him reach right for his pockets. So I give him the benefit of the doubt, then right there, he went for it again.
What did he say?
He's saying, I'm scared, something of that sort, but he's tensing up a whole lot. I just grabbed on, and he's gonna be stumble backwards. He says, I don't wanna go to jail, I don't wanna go to jail, something along that lines.
The officer eventually got...
And if that wasn't enough, the suspect then started reaching for the officer's gun. The altercation lasted another 2 whole minutes until the cop was able to finally overpower the suspect, barely escaping with his life.
Kirkwood into a headlock, but it didn't slow him down.
Right here is where he reached for my gun. I pushed his hand away with my left hand. I'm left-handed, so it's on the opposite side of the camera. And I had my hand on the gun, pushing it into the holster, and he's ripping at my hand.
The officer says he finally put Kirkwood in handcuffs and hit his emergency call for backup. The assault lasted about 2.5 minutes, but the officer tells me it felt like a lifetime. It was tough.
In the end, Kirkwood was put into jail with a $50,000 bond, and the officer luckily managed to get by with only a few small bruises. Number 3. Something similar, although far less terrifying, happened just a few months ago outside the small town of Tama, Wisconsin, when an officer from the local PD, Deputy Weber, pulled over 64-year-old Matthew over suspicion of driving under influence. And for the most part, the whole event started pretty relaxed as the suspect seemed cooperative and good-natured.
Howdy, sir.
How you doing, young man?
Good yourself?
I'm good.
The reason I pulled you over is because you crossed the center line and you're kind of all over the road.
Well, what happened was, officer, when I went over the road, we was having a conversation.
Okay. No, I get that, but it was continuous from when I started following you, kind of over by Whitetail Crossings all the way back here. You were going from...
And when the deputy had Matthew get out for some sobriety tests, Matthew seemed to comply without any resistance as well.
Matthew, could you do me a favor and shut off the vehicle? Perfect. Thank you. And then I'll have you step out, actually. Just watch your arm on the seatbelt so you don't get caught up. The lights bothering you anymore?
Yeah, that one right there is.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to keep that one on since you have 2 people in the car, right? For my safety, I want to be able to, if I see what I'm doing.
All right.
Another safety thing, do you mind keeping your hands out of your pockets?
I have a bad problem with putting my hands in my pocket.
All right. If you want to keep your hands in your pockets, can I pat you down and make sure you don't have any?
Go ahead.
All right. I just want to make sure you don't have a knife.
He even revealed that he had had 1 beer before driving in a shocking show of honesty.
Oh, man, I ain't trying to do none of that.
No, I get it. The reason I had you get out of the vehicle is because I believe you've had some alcohol tonight, okay?
Oh, I did have a beer.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie to you, officer.
No, I get that. Is it just the 1 beer?
Yes, that's all I had.
I don't know you very well. I just met you. From the things I'm seeing, it's consistent with somebody that's had a little more than 1 beer. So I'm being upfront and honest with you.
That's all I had was 1 beer because we had something to eat. And that was it.
I'm being upfront and honest with you, so I want you to be upfront and honest with me.
And I will be.
Okay.
I will be, officer.
Because I can smell some alcohol on you. Your driving behavior is a little, I mean, it's not great. But on a scale of 1 to 10, 1's sober, 10 is extremely impaired.
I will say 3.
However, this is where things started taking a turn for the worse, as Matthew then revealed that he had had 8 DUI stipulations prior to this. And worse, he wasn't doing so good on the sobriety tests either.
No, I get it. Do you mind if I remove your hat for this test? No, don't do that.
And then, the situation worsened further as out of nowhere, Matthew asked for an attorney and stopped complying with the tests.
Officer?
Yep.
I like to talk to my attorney.
Okay, sounds good. So you don't want to do the alphabet test?
From this moment on, I like to talk to my attorney.
Okay. I'm just going to ask one more thing. Are you willing to provide a breath sample for a preliminary breath test?
Like I said, I like to talk to my attorney from this moment on.
Okay. So at this time, I'm going to be placing you under arrest for operating while under the influence. So turn around, put your arms behind your back.
Why are you arresting me?
For operating while under the influence.
Am I under the influence?
From what I've seen, yes. Whether it be alcohol.
Why?
Sir, turn around, put your arms behind
Why
your back.
are you arresting
Don't make
me?
this any harder. I just told you.
No, I'm asking you. The only
You're
reason
under
why
arrest
you're
for
doing
operating
this,
while under the influence.
the only reason why you're
And when the officers tried to arrest him, all hell broke loose.
doing this is
Turn
because
around
I
now.
asked for an attorney.
No, give me your arms, otherwise you're...
Nope, I'm not giving you that.
Don't resist. Put your arms behind your back.
No! Stop!
Stop resisting. No, give us a second. Get your hands out of your pockets. Get us a second. He's fighting.
You just up my goddamn.
Stop resisting then. Put your freaking hands behind your back.
Let me tell you something. You just up.
You're about to go to the ground. Stop!
Get off.
Well, you know what? What? Throw me on the ground. Throw me on the ground.
Get him on the ground.
And when you throw me on the
Seeing no other way around it, the officers had to get the cussing and shockingly strong man on the ground. And even there, he did not give up and actually tried to bite an officer.
Equilibrium.
throw me on the ground. Get on the ground. You just up my fucking dick implant. And I'm gonna shoot the fucking Monroe County Sheriff.
Put your arm behind your back.
You.
Put your arm behind your back. Let go. Ooh.
I'm gonna love suing you, son, little bitch.
Stop resisting then.
I am.
Matthew then made an attempt to bite one of the deputies.
Put your hand
Hell
behind your
no!
You're just trying to f***ing bite me? Do it now.
I'm gonna love suing you, mother. Hell no!
Get your hand out from behind your back.
I'm gonna love suing.
At last, after a brutal struggle, the man was put into handcuffs and an ambulance was called to check on him before taking him to the police station.
I really am. I really am gonna sue the shit out of you.
Or you think you'll be able to grab his arm?
Yeah. You got it?
Hold that. We're 1095. Other units can slow it down. Alright, we're gonna get you up. We're gonna roll you on your side. Hey, bring this foot up.
Do you have any injuries?
Yes or no? Do you need an ambulance?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I need you to roll over so we can get you
I'm not
up.
gonna do it.
Okay. We gotta get you in that car, alright?
No, you're not moving me no fucking
Come
way.
on, stop.
You're not moving me no fucking
Stay in the
way.
car.
Get in the car. Get in the car.
No!
You're not moving me.
Get in the f***ing
car.
car.
You're not fucking moving.
In the end, Matthew earned himself half a dozen charges, something he apparently had a history of reaching all the way back to 1991. If you enjoyed this video, watch this one and don't forget to subscribe.